of time now. Next, we have ASTRAE. That's the name of the business. And it's going to be presented by Chibuike, Nnebe.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you
Are
hear
you
me?
sharing a screen or?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sharing my screen.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, but
So,
I think I need to turn off my video to be able to make this work well. But let me start by sharing my screen. All right.
Okay. We can see you actually even with the video, with the screen, there's no problem, except if it will affect the bandwidth.
Yeah, it will definitely affect because
Okay.
it's very unpredictable.
Okay, all right, no problem. So
can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right,
So
that's great. Okay.
you can begin now. The timer is up 3 minutes.
With 7,500 blocks sold, 35 jobs created across 7 towns in Anambra State, and 3 tons of CO2 removed from the atmosphere, I'm going to show you how a team of 5 from Southeast Nigeria is utilizing glass waste, concrete mix, and CO2, the same gas that contributes to climate change, to address the problem of dam penetration affecting over 1.2 million buildings in Nigeria. My name is Chibuike Divine, and I'm the founder and product developer at ASTRAE, a building material manufacturing company that makes damp-resistant blocks using carbon cure technology. Dam penetration is the process of underground water or surface water penetrating through the walls of a building, which leads to the damage of the wall finishing. Dam penetration is a significant but often overlooked issue in the construction industry, affecting 1 in 4 Nigerians. NHS reports link it to respiratory illness like asthma and chronic headaches in affected areas. It decreases occupants' productivity by over 25% and reflects poorly on construction professionals' credibility. At ASTRAE, we are utilizing CO2, the same gas that contributes to climate change, as a key additive into our concrete mix to address the problem of dam penetration affecting buildings in Nigeria. For every 2,500 blocks that we make, we can remove 1 ton of CO2 from entering the atmosphere, create 2 jobs, and prevent dam penetration from affecting 3 families. Our blocks have huge competitive advantage as it possesses higher compressive strength and ability to sequester CO2 forever, standing as a core solution to ending climate change. The concrete block industry in Nigeria generates revenue of 50 billion naira annually. With this, we target 0.25% of this market. We run a B2B business model targeting mainly block industries, architectural firms, and real estate firms. For every 9-inch block that we sell, we generate a revenue of 315 naira and a net profit of 17 naira. We showcase adaptability by aligning with the growing demand for damp-resistant concrete blocks, partnering with green initiatives, promoting research into new applications, and expanding product lines. Our damp-resistant concrete blocks lie in their dual benefit of sustainability and increased durability. And to retain customers, we are ensuring consistent quality, offering warranties, and providing tailored solutions to specific construction needs can be beneficial. By presenting detailed financial grounded in thorough marketing analysis, efficient cost management, and a commitment to sustainable practice, the company can showcase credibility in fiscal responsibility to investors, partners, and stakeholders in sustainability. So far, we have been able to register our company with the Corporate Affairs Commission, developed our product to the final MVP stage, served 3 construction firms and 4 block industry, and generated a revenue of 7 million naira in less than 6 months. And in 2023 alone, we have created 35 jobs for youth and women in our value chain and removed 9 tons of CO2 from entering the atmosphere. We were recognized by a hot prize, and with the grand prize, we would be able to buy advanced machinery while we would translate from making 50 blocks per day to 200.
Okay. Thank you, Chibuike. But it's been very interesting, actually. As you know, my background, you may know or not, my background is in construction and civil engineering. But I would like to actually know, my first question, or the key question I have is, out of the revenue that you've been making, I mean, can you give us just a good indication of your profitability and if at all, if there's no profitability, where is the expense affecting, or how is the expense affecting your profitability? Yeah, I think you can unmute yourself now to answer the question if you get it.
All right, so can you hear me? All right, so
Yes.
for the profitability, right now we are not actually making profit because we are investing most of the revenue we generate from the business in gaining more market traction. So that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that answer your
And
question?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, so you're not paying yourselves, and it's just going back everything into the business, right? That's what
Uh,
you're saying. And
yeah, we do pay ourselves. For now, we pay ourselves stipends because we are actually focused on actually having a wider reach. Because
okay.
the truth is that once we start collecting profit, the truth is that we might
Mm,
not be able to meet our goal by 2024. So we have to like be
mm,
on a very tight budget to be able to run very fast financially.
yeah. Okay. Okay. I see. Mr. Henry, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, okay, I can jump right in. Uh, Chibuike, great job presenting. I think this is one of the best presentations I've heard so far. That's why I'm giving you top up on this one. I think, from your presentation, everything came across really strongly. So well done for that. And I can see you have an interesting team. It's always, hopefully we get to like learn more about who they are. But for the product itself, I didn't quite understand like what CO2 does with maybe because I'm not in construction, what
All
CO2
right.
does with, can you just explain just a
Okay.
little bit more? Yeah,
So
thank you.
most of the dam penetration challenges that we are having is due to underground acid water. This water that move through the walls of your building via capillary action are acidic. By adding CO2 into the concrete mix, it kind of reacts with the clinker, forming calcium carbonate, which serves like an alkaline base that neutralizes the acid effect of the sulfuric acid present in the underground water that penetrates the building and damages the finishes. So it's basically more like a neutralizer for our blocks.
Okay. And this is your ultimate product. You are building blocks that have this ingredients that you're talking about.
Yes, yes. It's basically to
Okay.
solve the problem of dam penetration in tropical and coastal regions of Nigeria.
Okay. But the main business is to build
Yeah, it's to make damp resistant blocks.
and you're selling these blocks just like Dangote will sell blocks to cement to building, manufacturers and others. That's what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure. That's what we are doing. We basically target construction sites that are located in places that are prone to be damped, and we sell the products, we market the products to them, and then we sell them. We also have partnership with block industries. It's just a way of us scaling without having to set up block industries in different locations. So we partner with them in a mutual consent, and it's agreement based, where they work with us in making this damp, where we teach them how to make these damp blocks, and then we generate revenue as well from there. So we also partner with block industries to be able to expand at this level of our business.
I see. And how is that going so far? What are the number of partnerships? Do you have a number for us?
All right, so right now we've onboarded, we have 7 block industries we are currently working with, and then 3 of them we have already generated their first revenue in selling our blocks, and then we've been able to supply of our blocks to real estate firms here in Anambra State. In fact, last week we were able to conclude our partnership with a Majesty real estate firm, one of the upcoming real estate firms here in Oka, to supply them over 20,000 of our blocks because their ongoing construction is happening at the already waterlogged area in their site. So yes, we are working with architects and builders to actually make these sales happen.
Okay. And you're starting in Anambra. That's your primary market right now. Okay.
Yeah, that's my primary market, but we're actually looking at moving to Lagos because that's where the problem is kind of predominant. But we need to like settle off here, generate revenue, master the market, then expand, then move to other markets.
Awesome. Thank you. I will yield
Thank you.
now to Kunle.
Yeah. So I think the first point I will make is since you said you are collaborating with other block manufacturers, do you have a patent for this this damp resistant block you are producing that will ensure that at least the intellectual property around it is protected as you engage those third parties?
Okay, right now we are in partnership with a law firm. They were helping us to secure partnership currently, but then we have like a mutual agreement we signed with Block Industries, like a pre-agreement before the patent. We get our full patent for this product. We have an agreement we signed with them. And then aside from that, the blocks that are being made are not being made by their workers. We're actually the ones that make it for them. So they don't get to, though it's not really like much of a trouble because our market is kind of huge and we've been getting a whole lot of order. So since we've never be able to meet it, so we partner with block industries that are repeatable. So that's what we are doing now. So we partner with reputable block industries that we are sure that wouldn't go the other way.
Yeah, okay. I think the other point is the since you are making the block yourself, for things like this, maybe do you have a view of the radius within which you must supply before you start becoming unprofitable? Because you get what I'm saying? Because for things like this, it's just like a cement company. So Dangote can't situate a cement plant in Lagos and be supplying Maiduguri. It becomes very difficult. So he needs to have a plant closer to Maiduguri to fund that, to supply that, and one close to Lagos. So how do you intend? What's your plan for the future?
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that question. I and my team members, we actually, like I said, we're partnering with Block Industries. We supply within the radius of 100 kilometers at maximum. That's what our logistics can carry for now. So what we're actually doing now is that we're partnering with Block Industries further than that 100 kilometers. So we partner with them, we tell them about our products, but then most of them who don't actually, because the truth is to penetrate the Southeastern markets with a product seems to be very difficult because I know our people are eventually set of stubborn people. So we usually have this group of people we send out every day to reach out to these block industries, talk to them about our product. And then for those who are willing to partner, they partner. Then also, we also created a way where we could actually like fast track the partnership with block industry. So what we did was we came up with an idea to get few affiliates who go to different block industries and ask them of damp resistant blocks. By this way, the block industries get to feel that there's a need to partner with ASTRAE, right? So every single time we are sending this group of people to create a demand for us to from one block industry to another, and by that way, we'll be able to actually get to work with them faster than to stress ourselves convincing them. And this actually makes the work easier for us because the logistic work will not be on us. And then finally, we wouldn't have to advertise the product a lot because they are the ones already doing that, talking to their clients, telling them, oh, are you building on a waterlogged site? I have a damp resistant block, perfect for your site job. And most of the time, people adopt our block for their foundation work. So it's perfect block for your foundation work here in Southeast. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Thank you very much.
As ASTRAE, if I remember correctly, the platform that's kind of creating this cement product, I think it's a very unique problem you're trying to solve. And I love that you're attaching it to climate change, right? And so that's a strong selling point. But we want you to think about your IP. That's what we all agreed on. The IP is really important because without an IP, any other, cement manufacturer will try to, or block manufacturer will try to create the same thing, right? You know, and so before you know it, your product is everywhere. So I know you guys are doing your best to protect that IP, and you're partnering with others because of the constraints with how far you can go. But think about solidifying your IP first. Get a legal person, make sure that's already in the works, and then try as much as you can to start with your initial market. If you begin to build that customer satisfaction, people love the product, those other places people begin to come. But again, you're doing a good job trying to partner with others, but try as much as you can to be careful with those partnerships and make sure you are aligned with your partners. Make sure everybody understands what am I getting and what are the restrictions, and all of that. So that would be my feedback for you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you very, very much. Very insightful. I think the only thing I will add will be, in addition, because, you know, given the impact of radius and profitability, the correlation between the two for a business like this, in addition to sorting out the IP, you also now need to work very hard on like a partnership guidelines that will ensure that standards are enforced even when you are not there, or your partner is the one driving your activity in terms of production. So because a business where you need to get to customers through third parties, you really need to standardize and ensure that at least there is a clear framework and guidelines that will supervise or oversee how people use your products and sell them to customers. But beyond that, I think there's just maybe a bit more work that you may need to do to understand what scalability means when you get to a place like Lagos, for example, which you said is your ambition. How do you want to set up? What sort of cost profile are you going to have? How does that impact on your operation? Lagos may be a big market, but it may be too expensive for you, or so you need to time it properly to be sure that at least you are on the right footing in Anambra, I think in Oka, before you make the big leap. But I think is a product that's that is required everywhere, and people are building houses every day, and so it's just the market is there. You just need to ensure that the building blocks are right, and then you can then go for it.
Yeah, thank you. I would say I'll tie my comment to what Mr. Henry said regarding the IP, because I mentioned earlier my background in construction and civil engineering, and also actually even personally in my home right now, I've come across situations where water and damp is affected or has affected the walls. So I do know that definitely there is a market for this, and it affects a lot of construction projects. But what I'm going to say about the IP is, right now, even in Abuja, where I'm located, and in Lagos, I don't really know as far as other African countries, but in terms of block making or block manufacturing, they are doing it at an industrial scale. And so what that means is that if you have the IP, in fact, I won't be surprised if they're already doing some kind of block making that is water resistant and all that. It's just that it doesn't have the environmental or sustainability side that you are offering. But if at all there is an IP that makes that a very evident proposition, then it's something you can sell to those manufacturing companies, industrial manufacturing companies of block work. I think that would be a very good thing to sell, rather than selling to the smaller construction companies or sites. So the ones that build the high rises on Eco Atlantic and etc. Basically, those type of block making companies are the ones, if at all, only if at all, you do have an IP that you can pitch to them and protect also. So that's what I'll say regarding ASTRAE. But yeah, a very good idea. As I said, I'm a bit biased towards it because of my background in construction and civil engineering. And actually, another thing that I liked about it was the glowing. There was in your demo, on what you submitted, there's an aspect of it that has aesthetics and some glow to it. So I liked it actually, especially for pavements and playgrounds and all that, which I think you've mentioned to us.